The Senate will come to order. I ask everyone present to please rise and recite the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. In the absence of clergy, let us bow our heads in a moment of silent reflection or prayer. Reading of the Journal.
In Senate, Wednesday, March 3rd, 2021, the Senate met pursuant to adjournment. The Journal of Tuesday, March 2nd, 2021 was read and approved. On motion, Senate adjourned.
Without objection, the Journal stands approved as read. Presentation of petitions. Messages from the Assembly. The Secretary will read.
Senator Mayer moves to discharge from the Committee on Local Government Assembly Bill number 5471 and substituted for the identical Senate Bill 4945. Third reading calendar 450.
Substitution so ordered. Messages from the Governor. Reports of standing committees. Reports of select committees. Communications and reports from state officers. Motions and resolutions. Senator Janaris.
Mr. President, can we move right on to taking up the calendar, please?
The Secretary will read.
Calendar number 95, Senate Print 1519 by Senator Bailey, an act to amend the education law.
Read the last section.
Section 13, this act shall take effect 2 years after it shall become a law.
Call the roll.
Addabbo, Gianaris, Kruger, Ort, Stewart, Cousins, White.
Announce the results.
In relation to calendar 95, voted in the negative, Senator Mannion. Ayes 62, nays 1.
The bill is passed.
Calendar number 156, Senate Print 983 by Senator Gorin, an act to amend the village law.
Read the last section.
Section 2, this act shall take effect immediately.
Call the roll.
Addabbo, Gianaris, Kruger, Ort, Stewart, Cousins, White.
Announce the results.
Ayes 63.
The bill is passed.
Calendar number 160, Senate Print 1202 by Senator Harkam, an act in relation to directing the State Board of Real Property Tax Services to conduct a study on real property tax saturation.
Read the last section.
Section 4, this act shall take effect immediately.
Call the roll.
Addabbo, Gianaris, Kruger, Ort, Stewart, Cousins, White.
Announce the results.
Ayes 63. Oh, sorry. Action in relation to calendar 160, voted in the negative, Senator Akshar. Ayes 62, nays 1.
The bill is passed.
Calendar number 178, Senate Print 2135 by Senator Hinchey, an act to amend the Agriculture and Markets Law.
Read the last section.
Section 3, this act shall take effect immediately.
Call the roll.
Addabbo, Gianaris, Kruger, Ort, Stewart, Cousins, White.
Announce the results.
Ayes 63.
The bill is passed.
Calendar number 179, Senate Print 2199 by Senator Kennedy, an act to amend the Agriculture and Markets Law.
Read the last section.
Section 2, this act shall take effect immediately.
Call the roll.
Addabbo, Gianaris, Kruger, Ort, Stewart, Cousins, White.
Announce the results.
Ayes 63.
The bill is passed.
Calendar number 191, Senate Print 1560 by Senator May, an act to amend the Elder Law, the Executive Law, and the Administrative Code of the City of New York.
Lay it aside.
Calendar number 265, Senate Print 2585 by Senator Brisport, an act to amend the Social Services Law.
Read the last section.
Section 2, this act shall take effect on the 90th day, it shall become a law.
Call the roll.
Addabbo, Gianaris, Kruger, Ort, Stewart, Cousins, White.
Announce the results.
Ayes 63.
The bill is passed.
Calendar number 346, Senate Print 484A by Senator Kruger, an act to amend the Public Health Law and the Civil Rights Law.
Read the last section.
Section 3, this act shall take effect immediately.
Call the roll.
Addabbo, Gianaris, Kruger, Ort, Stewart, Cousins, White.
Announce the results.
Ayes 63.
The bill is passed.
Calendar number 378, Senate Print 4345 by Senator Brooke, an act to amend the Public Health Law.
The bill will be laid aside for the day.
Calendar number 418, Senate Print 3396 by Senator May, an act to amend the Agriculture and Markets Law.
Read the last section.
Section 2, this act shall take effect on the 90th day after it shall become a law.
Call the roll.
Addabbo, Gianaris, Kruger, Ort, Stewart, Cousins, White.
Senator May to explain her vote.
Thank you, Mr. President. And before I say anything else, I want to welcome to the floor a former member of this august body, CC Kachik, who is sitting here behind me. And she's here partly because she now owns CC's Wool Yarns and More. And this bill has to do with placing New York grown fibers into the New York grown and certified program that's run by the Department of Agriculture and Markets. So in January, the whole world noticed when Bernie Sanders wore Vermont-made mittens at the inaugural. And my amazing, brilliant, and somewhat competitive staffer, Kristen Williams, who's also here, immediately said, why can't we do this in New York? Why can't we elevate New York-made fibers the same way? And so we introduced this bill, which will allow makers of wool and mohair and alpaca and cashmere, as well as fiber, plant-based fibers like hemp and flax, to be part of this program so the state can lift up these products and so that we can also engage our fabric designers and fashion designers in really creating a homegrown industry that uses the products, the sustainably grown products that we have here in New York State. As you know, Mr. President, I am a knitter, and I like to go to local yarn stores and farmers markets and find locally produced yarns. And I took up the challenge, and I have a response to Bernie Sanders. I Heart New York, we need more New York grown and certified fiber products in New York. I vote aye. Thank you.
Senator May, to be recorded in the affirmative. Announce the results.
Ayes 63.
The bill is passed.
Calendar number 450, Assembly number 5471 by Assemblymember Otis, an act to amend the town law.
Read the last section.
Section 2, this act shall take effect immediately.
Call the roll.
Adabo, Gianaris Kruger, Ort, Stewart, Cousins, White.
Announce the results.
Ayes 63.
The bill is passed.
Calendar number 455, Senate Print 549A by Senator Sanders, an act to amend the Agriculture and Markets Law.
Read the last section.
Section 6, this act shall take effect immediately.
Call the roll.
Adabo, Gianaris Kruger, Ort, Stewart, Cousins, White.
Announce the results.
Ayes 63.
The bill is passed.
Calendar number 461, Senate Print 4072 by Senator Hinchey, an act to amend the Agriculture and Markets Law.
Read the last section.
Section 2, this act shall take effect immediately.
Call the roll.
Adabo, Gianaris Kruger, Ort, Stewart, Cousins, White.
Announce the results.
Ayes 63.
The bill is passed.
Calendar number 462, Senate Print 4707 by Senator Parker, an act to amend the Agriculture and Markets Law, the Tax Law, and the Environmental Conservation Law.
Read the last section.
Section 9, this act shall take effect on the 90th day and shall become a law.
Call the roll.
Adabo, Gianaris Kruger, Ort, Stewart, Cousins, White.
Senator Borrello to explain his vote.
I'm sorry, Mr. President, and the bill, which bill are we on? I'm sorry.
Senator, bill number 462.
162.
I mean, calendar 462, I apologize.
My apologies. Thank you, Mr. President. First of all, I want to thank the sponsor for this bill today, and I'll certainly be supporting it. But I do want to express some concerns. Our farmers are the great stewards of our land, and they certainly play an important role in reducing our greenhouse gas emissions. So while we're having this conversation today about farmers and their ability to sequester carbon, the Agriculture Advisory Panel within the CLCPA is also having this conversation, and it has been for several months. So my hope today is that we are not diminishing their work or duplicating the hundreds of hours that they have spent on this panel to come to an agreement and certainly to have a recommendation. So while we're on this topic of tax credits for farmers, I'd also like to advocate to the majority, as you finalize the one-house budget, to not only accept the executive's proposal to extend the farm workforce retention credit, but increase it as Senator Hinchey's bill asks. So again, I'm proud to support this bill, and I will certainly be voting aye. Thank you.
Senator Borrello to be recorded in the affirmative. Announce the results.
Ayes 63.
The bill is passed.
Calendar number 463, Senate Print 4892 by Senator Hinchey, an act to amend the Agriculture and Markets Law.
Read the last section.
Section 2, this act shall take effect immediately.
Call the roll.
Adabo, Gianaris Kruger, Ort, Stewart, Cousins, White.
Senator May to explain her vote.
Yes, thank you. I want to congratulate Senator Hinchey on this bill and the governor on creating the Nourish New York program, which is a really important program for connecting our farms to the people in need of food in this state. As somebody who represents both a city and an entire rural county, I often hear people trying to divide our state and say it's the rural versus the urban or upstate versus downstate. But Nourish New York is one of those great programs that really reminds us that we are one state, that we need each other, and when we work together, when the farmers and the food banks work together, when the urban communities in need reach out to the farmers, we are all better off for it. And so I'm grateful for this bill, and I proudly vote aye.
Senator May to be recorded in the affirmative. Senator Rath to explain his vote.
Thank you, Mr. President. First and foremost, I want to thank the sponsor for this bill and all the other co-sponsors. I rise to explain my vote and also to proclaim my support for our agricultural champions across New York State. In general, this pandemic has been devastating, but undoubtedly all New Yorkers have risen to the challenge and faced incredible odds and defeated those odds time and time again. This bill recognizes the heroic role that our agricultural sector and our farmers have played during the pandemic. When supply chains crumbled in the midst of this pandemic, our farmers and our agricultural communities rose up and worked together to ensure that their crops would not go to waste. The agricultural communities rallied and provided critical support to organizations who needed it the most. Our soup kitchens, our pantries, and our food banks saw an influx of these local agricultural products during a period in which their resources were very scarce. In fact, in my district, the 61st, specifically Genesee County, tremendously contributed to the Nourish New York program. I've also volunteered personally for numerous soup kitchens and pantries across my district, as well as Feed More Western New York, which stretches across Western New York, supporting people who have food insecurity. And I know firsthand how important these food supply chains are and food access is for residents and Western New Yorkers. I proudly vote aye for this bill to codify Nourish New York. And again, I thank our agricultural workers and farms across New York State who have worked tirelessly to make this program successful. Thank you.
Senator Rath to be recorded in the affirmative. Senator Borrello to explain his vote.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'd like to start off first by thanking the chairman of the Agriculture Committee and the person I am proud to co-prime sponsor with, and that is Senator Hinchey. Thank you so much for bringing this forward. You know, a lot has been said about the impact of this pandemic. A lot has been said about the food insecurities that we faced. And it's laid bare the insecurity that we have in our food supply chain here in New York. The great state of New York, with so many vast resources, was crippled during this pandemic. We saw long, endless lines of people at food banks that could not get food. Meanwhile, we watched as our farmers let crops rot in their fields, dumped milk. The Nourish New York program helped to stop that. It helped over 4,000 farmers and the families that they support get their product to the market and also get it to our food banks, most importantly. It allowed people that were unable to know whether or not they would have food on the table for their family to have that security. And now, with this bill, Nourish New York will become a permanent recurring fixture for New York State. That's critically important because now our farmers can count on that income, being able to get rid of their surplus food and bring nutritious, locally grown food to the people that need it most in our food banks across New York State. This is an incredible opportunity for us to bridge that gap, as was said previously, between our rural areas and our urban areas, between upstate and downstate. This bill truly is a nonpartisan and certainly universal way for us to say that here in New York State, we care about our farmers, we care about our families, and we care about security for everyone. This is an amazing opportunity. I'm glad to be a part of it. Again, I'd like to thank our co-sponsors as well, Senator Jordan and Senator Krueger. Also, over in the Assembly, our champion, Catalina Cruz, who has stood forward, who stepped up and brought this forward. This is an amazing opportunity, and I think a bright spot in otherwise dim and dark days here in Albany. Thank you.
Senator Borrello to be recorded in the affirmative. Senator Hinchey to close.
As you said, this pandemic has laid bare the inequities across our society and shown us just how fragile our systems, especially our food systems, truly are. No matter where you live, you deserve access to healthy That is a right we should afford all people across our state. At the height of the pandemic, we saw farmers dumping milk and produce dying on the vine, while New Yorkers lined up at food banks searching for help to feed their families. And too often, these food drives would run out of food before they got to every home. We all know New York is an ag state, and that this is absolutely unacceptable. The Nourish New York program has become a silver lining in a very dark time, giving farmers the relief they need as their markets dried up, and providing locally grown, farm-fresh food to people wondering where their next meal will come from. It's a program that brings together all of New York State, regardless of party, upstate and downstate. It shows how much we need each other and how when we work together, great things happen. I'm proud to sponsor the bill that makes Nourish New York a permanent program, and I'm proud to do so in a bipartisan fashion with my colleague, Senator Varela, and joining together both regions of New York with our Assembly sponsor and downstate colleague, Assemblywoman Cruz. And with that, I will move.
Senator Hinchey, to be recorded in the affirmative, announce the results.
Ayes 63.
The bill is passed. Senator Janaris, that completes the reading of today's calendar.
Let's move to the controversial calendar.
The secretary will ring the bell. The secretary will read.
Calendar number 191, Senate Print 1560 by Senator May, an act to amend the elder law, the executive law, and the administrative code of the city of New York.
Senator Lanza, why do you rise?
Mr. President, I believe there's an amendment at the desk. I waive the reading of that amendment and ask that you recognize Senator Jordan to be heard.
Thank you, Senator Lanza. Upon review of the amendment in accordance with Rule 6, Section 4B, I rule it non-germane and out of order at this time.
Mr. President, I appeal the ruling of the chair and ask that you recognize Senator Jordan.
The appeal has been made and recognized, and Senator Jordan may be heard.
Mr. President, I rise to appeal the ruling of the chair. I respectfully argue that this amendment is germane to the bill in chief because the bill in chief deals with the definition of elder abuse and creates protections for one of the most vulnerable populations, the elderly, our seniors. And when the governor, using his emergency powers, issued his March 25th nursing home deadly directive, he failed to protect that group. This amendment aims to restore oversight to the legislature by removing these extraordinary emergency powers that, among many negative consequences, harmed our seniors and led to the tragic loss of 15,000 lives. Earlier this week was the one-year anniversary of the legislature granting these emergency powers to the governor. At that time, we were faced with many unknowns and needed the ability to quickly adapt to help move the state through the worst of this pandemic. However, here we are a whole year later, and we still have one man running the show. One man rule in this state and making all of the decisions, every single one. And many of the mandates and orders he has passed down are causing great harm to our nonprofits, our municipalities, our school children, and our business in every industry across the state. My office is flooded with calls from constituents asking for help or relief, yet our hands are tied. We know a majority of the members of this House want to repeal these powers from the governor and get back to doing the work that we were sent here to do. My colleagues in the Republican conference have been trying to do this since last May. But in recent weeks, with mounting scandals continuing to plague our embattled governor, many of our colleagues across the aisle have finally echoed that call. We've seen press releases and reports in the media, yet every day, not one member of the majority has stood up to do the right thing. Not one. And this is the 21st time that we have advanced this amendment. The deal that was announced a few days ago by Democrats in both houses to supposedly remove the governor's powers just doesn't cut it. That bill allows the governor to keep and extend his powers. It's insulting to the intelligence of New Yorkers. It's a sham rescission decision. But you'll hear more about that in the next 24 hours and on this Senate floor tomorrow. We need a straight repeal that will finally bring back oversight, accountability, and restore the legislature as a co-equal branch of government. I know there are many colleagues across the aisle that agree and know we need a straight repeal. And I implore you to do the right thing. I implore all of my Senate colleagues to do the right thing. Just do it. Do it now. Our constituents are counting on us to get back to work. I ask that we don't continue to use procedural maneuvering to stifle a vote on this important amendment, which I'm confident would pass overwhelmingly because it's the right thing to do for all New Yorkers. For these reasons, Mr. President, I strongly urge you to reconsider your ruling. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Jordan. I want to remind the House that the vote is on the procedures of the House and the ruling of the chair. Those in favor of overruling the chair signify by saying aye.
Mr. President, we've agreed to waive the showing of hands and record each member of the minority in the affirmative.
Without objection, so ordered. Announce the results.
Ayes 20.
The ruling of the chair stands and the bill in chief is before the House. Are there any other senators wishing to be heard? Seeing and hearing none, debate is closed. The secretary will ring the bell. Read the last section.
Section 7, this act shall take effect immediately.
Call the roll.
Addabbo, Gianaris, Kruger, Ort, Stewart, Cousins, White.
Announce the results.
Ayes 63.
The bill is passed. Senator Gianaris, that completes the reading of the controversial calendar.
Is there any further business at the desk?
There is no further business at the desk.
Then I move to adjourn until tomorrow, Friday, March 5th, at 10 a.m.
On motion, the Senate stands adjourned until Friday, March 5th at 10 a.m.